Are these see Niger beefs here? Niger beefs.
Shout out to them.
Guy, oh my god. Like we are both the two of us are not citizens of this country, bro. I saw got Niger beefs. Where they were calling Nigerian guys out. Nigerian girls were like, hello people, this is Emeka. Some of you may not know me and some of you may know me, especially if you're coming from my Instagram account. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Emeka and I am an aspiring doctor, and I'm currently a fifth-year medical student in Ukraine. I had to specify in Ukraine and I'll get back to that. That's the topic of today. I will not say what it is right now, but like I said, some of you may not know me, I'm rightly so. This is a new YouTube channel. I've been meaning to create this YouTube channel now for a while, for a while now. And I want this YouTube channel to serve as a conduit for me to express myself, express my thoughts, give guidance to those who may need it, or, just also entertainment, like who just wants guidance and education. Like, so we'll talk about a variety of topics and subjects here. We'll talk about medicine, basically mainly medicine, because I'm an aspiring doctor. I mean, I have to talk about what I do best. So we'll talk about medicine, we'll talk about lifestyle, we'll talk about education, sports, whatever. Like, I'm not narrowing myself to any particular niche. So, like I said, this is a new YouTube channel. Please do not forget to like, subscribe. Well, how is that thing say again? Like, subscribe, and share. I'm new to this, but I'll get better at it, trust me. And given that I'm new to this, I have someone with me who is a little bit more experienced in this sphere of YouTube. With me, I have today my editor, my assistants, the guy that takes care of my social media, the guy that takes care of my food, my clothes. He's my boy, as we call them in Nigeria. Moses.
Don't mind them.
Yeah. This is Moses, my very good friend. He also has a YouTube channel. Yeah. Please go subscribe, and share. What's the name?
Fantasy Football Talk Show. Yeah.
So what's our topic of today? Our topic of today is the war in Ukraine. We are going to be talking about a variety of topics. I actually have them written down here. I don't remember everything. But just give me a sec. I read that thing. So we are going to be starting with the first question. What was your experience the day the war began? Moses, I'll start with you because yours was not as eventful as mine. You didn't really go through stuff like me.
Yeah, actually, compared to you, you really suffered. as a former refugee, you suffered. Yeah, but it was, it was quite shocking. No one expected it and everything. It was sudden. Let me just put it like that. And people were panicking. People were trying to get money, we went shopping. The stores were empty, and everyone was just running. We're all running etasketa, because we've never experienced it. Like, so there was no manual or something that we could use to, what to do and when to do what to do. So yeah, we're just, because we actually went that day, the stores were all empty, as I said before. Then, people were trying to run and everything. We went to the border, I think, that day or the next day, and we were being bounced. That's what Nigerian passport does it to you. See, with Nigerian passport no get level, but by God's grace, we'll get there. We're a lot, and it was kind of annoying and disappointing. Getting there, them allowing their citizens. I have no problem with their citizens or something, but animals were going before people. Like, it was a wonderful experience. Let me put it like that. It's something to tell your great grandchildren.
Got a long story short.
Yeah.
I mean, my own experience, I woke up with that air alarm.
Yeah.
That was the first time I ever heard that thing. And I remember multiple times I came to you guys' room. Yeah. I came to your room and we'd just be talking about, what was the potential? Like, what are the chances that this thing will actually happen? Because the thing was brewing. The thing, like,
true.
Yeah, like everybody was talking about it, and I was like, "There's no way. There's no way this thing happens." I could not imagine that this thing will actually happen. So when I heard that air alarm, I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, I didn't even need anybody to tell me it has happened.
You know, I think we went to Kiev. And people went to Kiev. I think a
Yeah, you
week
guys.
before.
Yeah, you guys went to Kiev, right?
Yeah,
And you guys were lucky. I heard a lot of
Yeah.
people went to Kiev and were stuck. The traffic was crazy.
yeah, we went to
Crazy,
Kiev a week
because-
before it started. Like,
Man.
so,
So I when I woke up, I just knew it has happened. Next time I got a call from my cousin. I was like, okay, you don't sit. You don't sit, yeah. Next thing, dad and mom call it, man. They're like, leave that country, leave that country. So like, I guess not a lot of people left.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people, but people were beginning to leave. Like, it was getting very difficult to leave. Traffic was crazy.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people had to leave their cars, like, because the traffic, the queue was so crazy that people had to step out of their cars and walk the rest of the the distance, 10 kilometers, crazy. And we are talking the peak of winter.
Yeah.
This thing happened in February 24th. Like, if you live in a cold country, you know that this is the peak of winter. This, we are talking -3, -4, -10. Like, it was freezing cold. So no, this was on 24th, yeah. So nobody really left on 24th. But the next day,
next day,
I went downstairs and
People, like, you see people with
my
bags,
God. Oh
with
my God,
boxes.
man! Nobody told me to go and park like this. So everyone was just trying to leave on the 25th. So multiple borders, like, you know, people were living through the Polish border, people were living through the Hungarian border, and so
I think Slovakia,
Slovakian border too.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when we now knew how challenging it was to actually leave this country. First of all, let me talk about the taxis. No taxis were available.
like, and it was very expensive.
Yeah, very expensive, very expensive. And usually, maybe if the taxi would take maybe 4 minutes to come, this time around, we're talking 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So freaking expensive. Not just that, the taxi will, even when you get the taxi, it will drop you maybe 5, if you're lucky, 5 kilometers away from the border.
Definitely.
You walk the rest of the distance. I have people who walked for 10 kilometers, like freaking crazy. It was just mad. And then let's talk about ATM, getting money. I remember on the 25th, before I even attempted to leave Ukraine, it was so difficult to get money.
Yeah.
Pretty much every ATM machine was going to give you only 200 hryvnia, which is the Ukrainian currency.
Yeah.
200 hryvnia. At that time, what was that in dollar? It wasn't even up to $5. I don't think it was up to $5. I don't even, like, that was so, like, what the hell can you do with that? What the hell can you do?
You can't even buy a taxi, like, you can't do anything.
Yeah, like, and I don't think people were accepting money transfer at that point.
Yeah,
Because
people stopped.
what good does that do? When so freaking crazy, and this, you see queues just to withdraw 200 hryvnia, which I told you is like maybe $5 most at that time. So what again? Stores were empty, everywhere was empty. Like, some people actually remained in Ukraine during when this whole thing started, and to me, I'm like, how the hell did they even, like, how do you even remain in this country? It seemed like everything was going to down the drain. Stores were empty, no money. The confidence of those, I don't know, that's confidence. I should call it just stupidity. Like, I mean, in hindsight,
given that stage, and, you know,
in hindsight now, it seems like they were confident, but
their parent again,
bro, back then that just seemed like stupidity to me. But anyway, I deviate. The border, you walk to the border, and then you get to the border, and you were rejected, especially the guys. It was walls for guys, and you know, it was ladies first and children, which I'm not complaining. You know, you're born a male, you suffer the consequences of being a baby. This world is normal. You get what I'm saying? This world is not a fair, this world is not a bed of roses. Let's just put it like that. It's not a bed of roses. Like, if you're a guy, oh my God, in the worst situation. So it was very difficult for guys to leave. I remember, so when we got to the border, we got bounced that day. I was so tired. I must have walked maybe 4 kilometers or 5 kilometers. I was so tired, and I was lucky. I heard of people who walked worse, longer distances.
If I can remember, like, when we got bounced, like, everyone started leaving.
Yes.
So, like, my group of friends were all together, and it was around, I think, 7, 8, it was already getting dark. It gets dark easily, and we couldn't even find a taxi to come back. So we started walking. We walked for hours.
I remember we were lucky.
Like, he was even lucky.
I and a friend of mine, shout out Casey. We were lucky. We found this taxi that had just dropped someone off. I was about to leave, so we held him, and we negotiated with him, and he gave us a price. We were about 4 or 5. We jumped in the taxi, and that was how we got back into the city. A lot of people got stuck at the border.
Like, we started, we have to share, go in, like, pairs in.
I legit thought you guys were going to sleep there.
Like,
I remember by 10, you guys were not back. I was like,
because they were not, like, nobody was willing to carry all of us and everything. So we had to started giving like maybe 100 meters distance, the weight and up someone going back to the city.
So how did you guys get back that day?
We were lucky now. As I said, like we had to, because we were about 10 or 15. So we had to started sharing each other to like 3-3.
So other people that were going.
So so you guys will walk like 200 meters away. So we're at the distance. Then you start waving or praying that they stop. So yeah, that's what we did. Yeah. Then we got lucky. We got back. But it was very cold and we walked for hours. It was a bad experience.
I came back that day and I was so tired. I just jumped on the bed. I was
so tiring.
Freezing. I'd not been out like in the cold. Because I've been out for like maybe 10, 11. You normally in the winter you go out, you just go to where you're going to enter the building quickly because like what the hell are you doing outside? So I was freezing. Next, my mom is just bugging me. Leave that country. Find a way to leave that country. I'm like, if it were easy, let's still be here. If it were easy, let's still be here. So, next day, like I said, my mom has been bugging me. So I and my friend Casey, we headed to the train station. My God. I'm in Lviv, by the way. Lviv is a relatively small city in Ukraine.
Close to the Polish border.
Yeah, close to the Polish border. Yeah. I have never seen Lviv that populated in my life. The train station was crazy. Oh my God. So there was this train that was leaving. Like, we had already lost hope. Casey just jumped in immediately, like 9 minutes. I was like, man, Casey has gone. Casey has gone. I was like, oh my God. I was like, sharp guy, he has gone. Me, I'm still here. So, unknown to me, unbeknownst to me, Casey, the women saved him because, women and children, guys, it's done for you. You are not entering unless there's space. Exactly, first. Women and children first. So we had gotten bounced from two. Like, you're a guy, just it's over. So what saved him was the women were so nice and they covered him. Yeah. Because police came and they were like, hey, what's boy in Ukraine? Cholovik. Is it Cholovik? I don't know. So they were like, bro, come out. They thought they suspected someone was there, but they covered him, but he was lucky. So the train was already moving. This guy that works on the train was just so nice and benevolent. He just opened the engine room.
Yeah, for you to enter.
Yeah, for us to enter. This engine room was, I don't know, it was small. Pretty small. And there was see Niger Beeves here. Niger Beeves.
Shout out to them.
Guy, oh my God. Like, we are both, the two of us are not citizens of this country. Bro, I saw Niger Beeves. They were calling Nigerian guys out. Nigerian girls were like, hey, there's a guy here. Bro. Oh my God, guy, we had to hide. We had to hide because Nigerian girls were out for us. Like, God, Jesus Christ, it was crazy. But we're lucky, we left, and man, I thought that was it. I was like, I'll be in Poland I think because it's like 2 hours now.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Man, that journey was a complete 24-hour journey. Because we did not know the steps that had to be taken to actually leave this country. They had to stamp our passports at certain locations. Yeah. So other trains that had gone before us, when they stopped ahead of us, would have to stop like maybe a kilometer away from them or something like that. So we'd wait in one spot for hours. And while doing this, we are standing, by the way. We are crammed up like sardine. We could not move. That was the day I realized that when you stand too long, your waist begins to kill you. And my waist, my feet, my neck, everywhere was killing me. I could not move like this for hours. When we got off that train, when we now going to Poland. Look, I'm just going to fast forward through this whole thing because it was crazy. Like, I can't even go through everything. But we eventually got into Poland and I was not even with him. Like, the last time we saw each other was
the
before,
night.
No. I came here in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, I came here in the morning. You guys were kind of reluctant to even
I think we left. I think 2 days after. Yeah, because shout out to the Watchman brothers. They found a border that like there were few Africans. So that was where we went to. We got there by I think 10 or 9 a.m. People were not a lot. There were few Ukrainians at the border. So the guy at the border, the security guy at the border was like, oh, he just kept us one side. We were like begging that she let us go. The guy didn't let us go until Ukrainians started coming. Like, we're still begging him. We stayed from like 9 before he allowed us to go. He allowed us to go around around 5 in the evening or 6, and it was cold. We were waiting. We were like, please let us go. But eventually allowed us to go around 5 or.
So what was your experience in Poland? Just say yours, then I'll see mine after.
My experience in Poland, they are actually nice though. Shout out to the Nigerian Association, something in Poland.
I thought it was the embassy.
No, it was the Nigerian guys that are like the Nigerian, what they call them, Association of Nigerians in Poland. And to their president, I can't remember his name. The guy actually, he did well. He tried to organize places for us and everything, not only us, they're different people, do you understand, to just make us settle in and everything. And the good thing is that the Polish people were actually quite nice though. They were accommodating, feeding and everything. Yeah, we stayed for about, I think, if I'm not wrong, about 4 to 5 days before we eventually decided to follow the Nigerian flight back to Nigeria. Shout out to Nigerian embassy in Poland, because they tried, the flight was free and we got to Nigeria. They gave us some token.
What did you guys again?
$100. Yeah, we know they gave you more than that. We know, but like, okay, it's okay. At least it's something. And I don't chop and finish, and I still share small. Because funny thing is that I didn't want to go back to Nigeria. I never wanted to go back to Nigeria.
When you told me you were going back, I was surprised.
Yeah,
this guy's going back on his word.
Shit, I never wanted, but like the pressure was too much that I just had to tell Bukum. Like, it was a split second decision, because I did a conference call that like. This one was talking, this one was talking.
Parents,
parents, like, that kind of thing. So my parents, they're friends of my parents' friends too. They're also talking like that. So it was just like, let's move, enter the flights, move, go. That's how we went. But when we got back to Nigeria, God, imagine coming from very cold weather and one hot breeze slap you.
You guys pulled that winter jacket.
Damn, like. Funny thing is that I even thought it was the engine that was, the air from the engine, but bro,
the African climate is no joke.
Bruh. But yeah, it was good though. They tried for us. I said again, the Nigerian embassy, Miss Dabiri, she actually did well. She came through, and other people there. So
time for the drama. Have the experience. So I got to Warsaw, with my friend, like I said, Casey, and that was where we split. Yeah. Casey went to some other city, and I had someone who was willing to pick me and kind of guide me and take care of me in Poland. But he was in a different city. He was in a city called Katowice in Poland, and I'm in Warsaw. So I needed to get a ticket. So I remember I took my ATM card, went to an ATM machine, withdrew money, rather. And I don't remember how much I withdrew money. I've been $100 and something. Next thing, my card gets blocked. I swear to you, my card gets blocked. Some kind of, I don't know what clause it was, some kind of international, whatever. But my card got blocked. I could not withdraw money from that card. The rest of the money there was just stuck. So I got my tickets, but this is a language I don't understand. This is a system I don't understand. So,
you understand the conversion of the currency.
So
zloty.
So when I got my ticket, let's say my train was coming by 3. I was, waiting, and by the time it was maybe 2:50, now I'm beginning to look for my track, my platform, whatever. So, but I needed to translate all that stuff. I needed someone who explained this thing to me. So before I would find someone who could speak English, finish translating and everything, I was lucky. Like maybe 2:58, 2:59, I got to the place. I saw a train there. I got on the train. But mind you, I said my ticket said 3 p.m. I got there by maybe 2:58, saw a train and got on the train. Now, here's how things work or how things differ in Ukraine and Poland. in Ukraine, if it says it's leave, you see like arrival time and departure time in Ukraine. It tells you when it's leaving, but this one didn't say when it's leaving. Apparently, that 3 p.m. it's when it's leaving. So me seeing a train on the same track, same platform, I thought that was my train. I got on that train. Then I remember my dad, because I have a tendency to miss my flights, to miss
keep to time.
It's not about keeping to time. I'm just cursed. I'm cursed. I miss my flight, bro. I miss it. So my dad called me. I was like, "Are you sure that's your train?" He's like, "Yeah." He was like, "Ask around." I said, "Okay, now let me ask. Please, what train is it? What's the destination of this train?" Lublin. The heck, bro! This train has left. This train is moving. Lublin. What the fuck is Lublin? I even thought he said Dublin. I thought these guys were taking me to the UK. But I didn't know what Lublin was. I didn't know Lublin was a city in Poland. Oh my god! I have to get down from this train. So I looked for the, what do you call it? I looked for some official on the train, explained. Very rude guy. Just told me you drop me off wherever. I said okay, you dropped me off. So now I don't have money. Remember I told you I spent my last card on tickets. I can't withdraw money. Man, I freaking cold. I just said whatever train I find that is going back, because we came from here. Whatever train is going back, I'm getting on that train. Lucky for me, there was a train that came, and that train was headed to Warsaw. I go on that train. I don't have tickets. Next thing, I just saw the official coming, checking tickets. Hi, God Almighty. What do I do? Man, I said, please, I'm from Ukraine. I just wrote out my document. I'm from Ukraine. Please, I don't have money. That was what saved me, guys. Even though they were about to build my house. So I go back to Warsaw, and now I need to get a ticket. So I called the guy who was expecting me in Katowice. I can't withdraw money, so he had to talk to someone for me. There was this Nigerian guy over there. The guy now helped me pay for the tickets, while the guy that was expecting me now transferred the money back to that guy. So that was how I was able to get a ticket to Warsaw. And I slept in the train station.
Are you sure?
Guy, I just took my box like this, sat on the floor. There were a lot of guys too that I think were from Ukraine. Man, homeless. We're all homeless, guy.
That's where your homelessness.
Guy, that's where it started. That's where it started, guy. I just saw the most uncomfortable sleep I've had in my life. Just sat there. In fact, first of all, I tried to sleep in this McDonald's restaurant. Motherfuckers came to chase me. So I just sat on the floor nearby and just tried to catch whatever sleep I could catch.
Yeah, I was been through a lot. So you can see it in his face.
Please.
There was once that homeless man.
So the next day I got the train back, for Katowice, and that was how I got to Katowice. I stayed in Poland for 1 month. I had to leave that place because at some point I realized that place was actually gang infested. I was in Katowice. I remember I was talking to this official in the train station one day, and he was asking me, where do you stay? I told him. He now checked it on Google Maps. He said, God, don't ever go out at night. Don't ever. And the guy who even helped me get that place, that's the guy who helped me come to Katowice. He told me, look, you might see a guy walking towards you sometimes with a knife. He was like, either you run or you stand your ground and dig out there with him. You to bring out your own knife. I thought he was joking.
I just say be street now.
Bro, you see a guy coming with a knife, guy, you better run. You better run. I thought he was joking. So every time I went out there, I was still cognizant of that, what he told me, and I was very, mindful. So whenever I went, I used to wear my hoodie, just so that people don't know. Cause man, there are some racist places in Poland, man. Some racist people in Poland. So I would just so they don't know I'm black. But there was this day I was entering the building where I was staying at, and I saw these white guys, and I greeted them. And I'm a very intuitive person, and these guys, the look on their eyes just spelled hatred.
Like,
I was like, man, I need to get
the
heck out of this. Then I would not live to see the second month if I stay. So that was why I left Poland and I went to Germany. Our next question here, what was life like after leaving Ukraine? We've actually talked about the second one. This is the third one. How did you leave the country? We've spoken about that. So next one, what was life like after leaving Ukraine? I'll let you go first.
It was very, very different because it's been like since I got to Ukraine, I haven't come back to Nigeria. So Nigeria was Nigeria. Like, you know, it didn't really change to me. It was basically the same thing. Like, I was expecting, you know, development and everything. Everything was just the same. And again, you know, as when I got to Nigeria, I tried to be very, very protective, you know, watch where you go to and everything. And, you know, yeah, Nigerian food, obviously I missed Nigerian food. I actually enjoyed that and everything. But, you know, in Nigeria we have our problems, insecurity and everything, light and everything. So, but yeah, it was very, very different. Though we had my parents really tried to make the house very, very comfortable for me and everything. So yeah, they tried, but it cannot be compared to abroad. Though they call Ukraine backyard of Europe, but yeah, you can't still compare it though. But yeah. But as I got to Nigeria, I was like, oh, how am I going to get out of this place? That was every day. That was my thinking. I need to get out of this country. I need to get out of this country. Like, I never wanted to get too comfortable in Nigeria because, trust me, in Nigeria, when you have everything, like, the internet was good, not compared to Ukraine though, but at least it was very good. You know, food and everything. I was like, nah, I don't want to be comfortable because if I get too comfortable, I won't be able to leave. Do you understand? So yeah, I stayed about 3 months before I left. Yeah, Nigeria was fun. No? It was fun. Like, you know, in Ukraine, African store guy, like African food is very, very expensive, and it's because there's basically one person in Lviv that is selling. So you know, you don't have varieties of food. You just have to stay with your rice and pasta, that's spaghetti, and manka. That's equivalent to semo in Nigeria. So yeah, but in Nigeria the food was good. But yeah, I tried not to be comfortable in Nigeria. I had to just watch where I go to, people I relate with, because obviously you're coming from Europe, the mentality that money they here and that kind of thing. So yeah, but yeah, everything, like, my parents really tried. So what about you?
So guys, unlike, you know, Moses here, I didn't go back to Nigeria.
Yeah, you didn't go back to Nigeria.
Yeah, I remained in Europe, and the major reason I remained in Europe was to make like a smooth transition because I wanted to change. I wanted to leave Ukraine. Yeah. I wanted to transfer to a different squad, and I just felt that being in Europe might make the transition a lot more smooth. You know, in an instance whereby maybe I'm needed, they need me to appear to maybe, so, you know, give them some documents. There were some schools that literally would not permit you to use a third party to provide your documents. You needed to come, you know, you need to appear physically. So that was my thought process. So being in Europe, I like I said, I spent some time in Poland. I spent 1 month in Poland, but I don't want to get too deep into that because that was a relatively short period of time compared to, you know, Germany. Germany was where I stayed for 1 year and 7 months. So life there was tough. I'm not going to lie to you. Life there was tough. Being in Germany, the minute we left this country, and went to other neighboring European countries, we became refugees. We became refugees, and the life of a refugee is nothing to write home about. Seriously speaking, it's nothing to write home about. I'm so glad I'm back. I'm back, and I'm continuing my studies because it was so easy. Like, you can get distracted by the chaos that is going on with that refugee, you know, stuff. I saw a lot of guys that were studying whatever, maybe medicine, they had to stop. A lot of people, it changed the course of their lives. Dropped out of medicine, dropped out of whatever they were doing here to, you know, kind of, I guess, you know, create a different course or create a different path, going, you know, taking a different path in life, I mean, some other course, trying to, you know, remain in Germany and all that kind of stuff. And the tricky thing is, I was preparing for an exam at the time. I'll get to that exam later on, but I was preparing for this very important exam in my career, so to say. And there were a lot of distractions, you know, guys over there were kind of looking at me like, bro, what's this guy doing? Like, when people are trying to see how they can legalize their stay in Germany, I was kind of I was not with it, man. I was preparing for the exam. That was the weird one. That was the weird one. He was at time preparing for his exam like 6 months prior. Already spent money, so there was no way I was going to not take this exam. So so it was, like I said, a lot of distractions. It was tough. Multiple times I found myself without a home. Remember time I was homeless because it was, you jump from. Our next question here: what was life like after leaving Ukraine? We've actually talked about the second one. This is the third one. How did you leave the country? We've spoken about that. So next one: what was life like after leaving Ukraine? I'll let you go first.
It was very, very different. Because it's been like since I got to Ukraine, I haven't gone back to Nigeria. So Nigeria was Nigeria, like it didn't really change to me. It was basically the same thing. Like I was expecting, development and everything. Everything was just the same. And again, as when I got to Nigeria, I tried to be very, very protective. Watch where you go to and everything. And Nigerian food, obviously I missed Nigerian food. I actually enjoyed that and everything, but in Nigeria we have our problems, insecurity and everything, light and everything. So but it was very, very different. Though we had my parents really tried to make the house very, very comfortable for me and everything. So they tried, but it can't be compared to abroad. Though they call Ukraine backyard of Europe, but you can't still compare it though. But but as I got to Nigeria, I was like, oh, how am I going to get out of this place? That was every day. That was my thinking. I need to get out of this country. I need to get out of this country. Like I never wanted to get too comfortable in Nigeria because trust me, in Nigeria, when you have everything, like internet was good, not compared to Ukraine though, but at least it was very good. Food and everything. I was like, nah, I don't want to be comfortable because if I get too comfortable, I won't be able to leave. Do you understand? Because Nigeria was fun, though. It was fun. Like, in Ukraine, African store guy, like African food is very, very expensive, and it's because there's basically one person in Lviv that is selling. So you don't have varieties of food. You just have to stay with your rice and pasta, that's spaghetti, and manka. That's equivalent to semo in Nigeria. So but in Nigeria the food was good. But I tried not to be comfortable in Nigeria. I had to just watch where I go to, people I relate with, because obviously you're coming from Europe, the mentality that money they here and that kind of thing. So everything, like my parents really tried. So what about you?
So guys, unlike Moses here, I didn't go back to Nigeria.
You didn't go back to Nigeria.
Yeah, I remained in Europe, and the major reason I remained in Europe was to make like a smooth transition because I wanted to change. I wanted to leave Ukraine. I wanted to transfer to a different school, and I just felt that being in Europe might make the transition a lot more smooth. In the instance whereby maybe I'm needed, they need me to appear to maybe give them some documents. There were some schools that literally would not permit you to use a third party to provide your documents. You needed to come, you need to appear physically. So that was my thought process. So being in Europe, I like I said, I spent some time in Poland. I spent 1 month in Poland, but I don't want to get too deep into that because that was a relatively short period of time compared to Germany. Germany was where I stayed for a year and 7 months. So life there was tough. I'm not going to lie to you. Life there was tough. Being in Germany, the minute we left this country, I went to other neighboring European countries. We became refugees. We became refugees, and the life of a refugee is nothing to write home about. Seriously speaking, it's nothing to write home about. I'm so glad I'm back. I'm back and I'm continuing my studies because it was so easy. Like you can get distracted by the chaos that is going on with that refugee, stuff. I saw a lot of guys that were studying whatever, maybe medicine, they had to stop. A lot of people, it changed the course of their lives. Dropped out of medicine, dropped out of whatever they were doing here to, kind of, I guess, create a different course or create a different path, going, taking a different path in life, some other course, trying to, remain in Germany and all that kind of stuff. But And the tricky thing is, I was preparing for an exam at the time.
Yeah.
I'll get to that exam later on, but I was preparing for this very important exam in my career, so to say. And it was there were a lot of distractions. The guys over there were kind of looking at me like, bro, what's this guy doing? Like when people are trying to see how they can legalize their stay in Germany. I was kind of just, I was not with it, man. I was preparing for the exam. That was the weird one. It was I started preparing for this exam like 6 months prior. Already spent money, so there was no way I was going to not take this exam. So so it was, like I said, a lot of distractions. It was tough. Multiple times that I found myself without a home. Remember time I was homeless because it was, you jump from one place to another. You stay here for 2 months. Now you have to find another place. Like this was what some people enjoyed. But for the major part, like people were seeing some stuff. So I remember I was walking on the street and I saw this homeless guy. I almost told him to please shift for me. Let me join him. Bro, there's no difference between me and you now. So like it was pretty tough, but I remained the course, and I was pretty tunnel. I had this tunnel vision, and I just like, look, I want to continue medicine. I want to finish school. You get what I'm saying? I get that Germany is nice and all, but like, bro, this refugee life ain't for me. Like it's not for me. I need to finish my education. And the funny thing is, you're no use to them in Germany or this world if you don't have a degree. I swear to God, you are useless to them. You are useless to them. You just be doing these menial jobs like warehouse and stuff like that. Like, what the heck is that? So I was like, nah, man, I want to finish my studies. So I just, when I saw that, it was always a transition for me, or like a transit point, so to say. So once I was done doing what I was doing in Germany, I just left, and I'm back in Ukraine right now. Which is a segue into our next question. What is life like in Ukraine right now? I know it sounds bonkers that we are in Ukraine right now. Like, trust me, people call me like this and be asking me.
Everyone who thought that I was coming back to Ukraine were like, what are you looking for in Ukraine? What, like,
even he came back to Ukraine before me, and I thought he was mental.
Because a lot of people were planning on leaving, collecting their transit. It was quite difficult to collect a transit though, but me, I just had like, nah, I've started the journey, I'm going to finish it. Do you understand? So I was so determined that no matter what, we go rough and die. So like, it was David and I that actually came back. Like, we're part of the few Africans to come back. Do you understand? Apart from people that had stayed, I was like, okay, if people can stay, do you understand, and nothing has happened to them, then I can come back. So it was a long process. We had to go through Moldova and everything, spent a lot of money, and it's not easy. Then at the border too, they had to, back to our Nigerian passports. They messed with us, but yeah, we thank God we are here now. And again, when we came back, there's sometimes that we'll go without having light for about 6-12 hours. Yeah, but as a Nigerian, we experience that normally. But experiencing that in Europe, it's kind of, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's kind of strange. Yeah, so stayed hours without, like, we had to even get a lamp. We had to always charge your power bank. Every time there's light, you need to make sure your phone is plugged and everything.
That was when Russia was hitting the power supply.
Yeah,
so constantly.
They were so, that was the period. But yeah, with time it became better. And people started coming too. But yeah, it was very boring because we were not up to it, like, or it's like Nigerians, apart from the like few people that were, so everywhere was very, very quiet. Like my whole floor, I think I was the only one on this floor. My whole floor, like, I can basically, if I'm talking,
my voice will echo.
My voice will echo. It was weird, but yeah. When people started saying like, okay, we are there, they started coming, but I just thank God that we came very early, because Moldova actually
they stopped.
Yeah, and accepting Nigerians. I don't know why Nigerians always have problem everywhere. and getting Schengen visa, it's
became
very difficult. There's still a lot of people that want to come, but they've been bounced. But hopefully we'll give them. So yeah, it was.
I came in not too long ago. Have I been here for up to 2 months? September. I came in September. Yeah, I've been here for 2 months. Yeah, I've been here for 2 months. 2 months. Exactly 2 months. 2 months and maybe a day or something. So I came in here September 22nd or something like that, and yeah, it's been an experience. Seriously, Ukraine has changed.
Yeah,
Ukraine has changed. Like every day, especially the cost of things. Oh my God,
it has
there's almost no day I go to get stuff that I'm not
always
almost
complaining.
I like
He's always complaining.
it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm like, I just keep comparing it to 2 years ago. I'm like, this thing will not even cost this. It will not even cost half of this.
He's always complaining.
Guy.
I had to tell you, bro, just adjust.
I get like it's sometimes I forget that the countries are war because this place is relatively safe and peaceful. So I forget that countries are war. But man, the cost of living has skyrocketed. I'm talking products have literally, the price of product have doubled, tripled, quadrupled in some cases. It's crazy. So that's one. Then you get the air alarm every now, not even every like last week it was going up pretty much every
funny
day.
thing is that I don't even get moved. Like, okay, once it starts, I'm like, okay.
I do the sign of cross every time that thing goes up. I'm telling you,
because me, I think I was there where like I've been here for a while now. So like when they were really eating Lviv, like I was there.
Every
so,
time.
Right now, just be like, oh, okay, they don't start again.
Every time.
And I just go back to bed and go and sleep. Like, okay.
Every time that thing goes off, I ask myself, am I right with God? Because if this is it,
he's always scared to
if this is it, and I go and beat my maker, am I right with God? I just do the sign of the cross. I'm telling you, but please, I'm on the 5th floor, you're on the 9th floor.
Yeah.
They say we have a bunker. I don't know whether that's a bunker.
Yeah, it's a bunker.
That's a bunker.
There is a bunker downstairs. But
can that thing even hold all of us? That thing can't hold all of us. That thing is big enough.
Yeah, it's big. You've never been there?
I've never been there.
Oh, it's quite big though. Yeah, it is.
That thing, that basement.
Yes, now. Go excuse yourself there now.
How many of us are in this building?
Well, I don't know. Now we're a lot though, but when I came, we were very few. Do you understand? Though I think I went there like twice or so, but elevator, like you stop walking, so I can't be running down from 9th floor downstairs and run back up again. So
you don't know when, because they blow it twice.
Yeah.
The first time is the emergency.
Yes.
Go hide in a bunker. Then they'll blow it the second time, which is the to tell people that all is well and they can come out of the bunker. I'm telling you, this thing can sometimes before they blow the second one, it can be 5 hours, 6
hours.
You don't know when that thing will go up. So your bunker better be comfortable. You better have food, better have water. So like it's not like you can. What the hell could you go down there and be doing for hours? And some, I remember last week they blew that thing multiple times in the night.
Yeah.
It's like, please.
I know they move again. I know they.
I'm never going to get.
I have an app though that I used to check. I used to check is Lviv okay. Lviv is there, okay, we're in Lviv, that kind of thing. And Twitter, social media has been helpful because people always post. Do you understand? So I know, okay, this is the area that, and God, thank God, our side is the green zone.
Yeah.
So like within our area, nothing really has happened. Like since the war started, it's just between the military base and some places in center and the power grid has been affected seriously in the Lviv. And
but now things are relatively better than they used to be. I heard that once that thing blows, every store closes.
Yeah,
but now it's only banks and I think malls.
Maybe,
those close up. So I remember we were in the bank, we were trying to pay something, and we were just lucky that they were attending to us at that point. Multiple people behind us.
Tell them to get out. Like
that can be an inconvenience.
Well, funny enough now, like when you go to the stores, you'll be like, these people in war. Because you see people like everything is kind of normal now, like normal, and like when I do tell him then when he was still in Germany that bro, everything they okay, but he was still skeptical about coming. And like,
I'm telling you, I think it's now that my dad has kind of laid off on the news. I think he has done it for his mental health.
Yeah.
Because now that I'm in Ukraine, if he constantly knows what's going on, that man will not sleep.
True.
Because when I was in Germany, I'm telling you, he was my BBC, he was my Al Jazeera. I knew everything that was going on because he would constantly tell me, do you this one? I'm tired of this. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. So like, I mean, now I don't really know what's going on. I try not to even keep up with that stuff because that does no good for me. That does no good. Bro. Yeah, because I don't need that kind of stress.
Yeah.
But anyway, apart from that, things are relatively normal, especially in this side of Ukraine.
Yeah. Very lucky.
Yeah.
And I've been to some other cities in Ukraine too, and
Kyiv is the one that surprises me.
Kyiv,
that it seems like that place always getting. In fact, that's their center of attention.
Do you know when I went to Kyiv, like there was absolutely nothing was happening.
I swear, I saw a video of one. There was this club. Like
was
there's no club in Lviv that is that bubbly, and this is Lviv is the safest place in Ukraine right now, most likely.
Yeah.
And we are talking about Kyiv that gets missiles like every 3 days. And bro, these people were partying like nothing. I was like, the heck?
Bro, they got used to it.
Clubs don't even close in Kyiv when that thing goes off. Do you know? I swear I've heard that the clubs don't close.
Oh.
These people, they are made of something else.
But they have to find a way to enjoy life. Don't be sad always now.
I guess that warrior spirit, I guess.
So,
guys, I hope you enjoyed this discussion. I hope it was informative.
Yeah.
We are okay over here in Ukraine for now, and hopefully it will remain that way. This is my friend, like I said, Moses. He has a YouTube channel which you can also visit.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yeah. You can also drop your comments, if you experience.
Exactly.
Tell us your
comments. Tell us your experience.
Have a conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Because this thing is all peculiar to the individual. It's different for everyone. So tell us what you experienced. If there were any similarities or differences, please let us know in the comment section. I'll drop Moses' channel in the description box. Please do well to check his channel out if you're a lover of football. His laptop, he's watching with a side eye. This guy is crazy about football. So if you're crazy for football like him, please do well to check his channel out. What is it? Fantasy football.